Old people, what is a fact young people should know before it's too late? The difference between a head full of memories and a head full of regret is your ability to forgive yourself. Learn to say no more. Be polite and respectful in how you say it. But be clear. Spreading yourself too thin mentally and emotionally will burn you out and ruin relationships, education and career opportunities. What seems like a big deal now isn't, no matter your age. When you're 33, you're not gonna give a shit about your unrequited crush. Though your 15-year-old mind can't fathom it. When you're 50, you won't give a shit about costing your company an important client. Though your 33-year-old mind thinks you've permanently destroyed your career. When you're 70, it won't matter that the house you bought at 50 wasn't the good investment you'd hoped. And so on. Don't stress yourself out. Because most of today's earth-shattering events are tomorrow's inconsequential bullshit. Time goes so damn fast and lots of people that you love die. Enjoy it while it lasts. Not quite old. But most of my regrets were caused by my inactions. Not by my actions. Time moves forward. Regardless of things that have happened. You are not guaranteed anything. Including a chance to make amends with people that you have wronged. Or to forgive people that have wronged you. If you have something you need to say to someone, then just say it. Don't assume that you'll have a chance to do it later. Whether it's tomorrow or a year from now. Cause when that person is gone, they're gone. Talking with that person will give closure, whether good or bad. But talking to their headstone only leaves you wondering. Buy a plunger before you need a plunger. Someone told me this years ago and it stuck with me since. The only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Your music is probably too loud. We're hearing protection. Don't take advice from people you don't want to be. Save your money. Start a 401k or a Roth. Put money in it every paycheck. Even if it's $5. Exercising is not optional. Edit. Thank you for the silver award. Kind Redditor. Edit 2. Thank you for the hugs award. Kind Redditor. Never take a risk where the downside is that you lose everything. Your parents are people. They are imperfect. They make mistakes. And they don't know everything. Do not post comments on internet discussions boards. You do not have anonymity. Good advice, Neil. Time isn't moving as slowly as you think. You're being lied to much more than you are aware of. Spend your life living and not merely existing. Especially when you are young and unencumbered and able to do more physically. Be curious and explore. Always pee after SX. Take chances. Live your F-king life but take no shitty. You need to learn how to be healthy. Financially secure, not necessarily rich, and get along with people. Everything else is optional. And sadly they don't teach any of those in school, so get a book. Credit cards are not free money. Doesn't matter. You won't listen anyway. Take care of your body. Invest early. Don't hang around PPL that make you feel bad. Accept you too will grow old and die. If you are lucky. Save like a madman. In general. Live beneath your means. Whatever those means are. There's a big difference between being able to buy something and being able to afford it. Just because everyone else is wanging chun tonight doesn't mean you should feel compelled to also wang chun. Learn to know when you have enough. Wear sunscreen. There's almost nothing in this world you need to give a shit about. Do be kind. Do be considerate. Do be generous, also please. Be compassionate. But your actual obligations in this world are nearly nil. And the number of people whose opinion you should value or give the slightest damn about is also close to nil. So go on. Fly your freak flag. And be excellent to one another. Life will take a giant T on you at some point. Be prepared for it as best you can. High school mentality doesn't go away. I work with people in their 50s who still carry a high school mentality. 4 years. You think for sure that's all you have to endure. All the total dicks. All the stuck up chicks. So superficial. So immature. And then when you graduate, you take a look around and you say, hey, wait. This is the same as where I just came from. I thought it was over. Oh. That's just great. The whole damned world is just as obsessed with who's the best dressed and who's having sex. Who's got the money. Who gets the honeys. Who's kinda cute and who's just a mess. And you still don't have the right look. And you don't have the right friends. Nothing changes but the faces. Make sure you stretch daily to keep your joints healthy and flexible. Do not assume jaded cynicism is wisdom. Do not assume hope is foolishness. Never give up on working for a better world. And most of all, never let perfect be the enemy of good. Every birthday you'll feel old. Remember, you're not. When you're actually old, you'll literally feel it. Love is not a feeling. It's not a lightning bolt. It's a choice you make. Every day you wake up and you need to choose to love the person next to you. The feeling will fade, but if you choose to love them anyway, you will find the secret to long and successful relationships. Politics in America have been messy from day one. Life is too f***ing short. Don't waste all the FCKS you have to give too early on. Take up a hobby or two. It can be very rewarding. It will give you something to look forward to while you are drudging away at work. And it is easier to make friends with people when you have shared interests. Even the shortest conversations are either building a bridge or burning a bridge. You may not realize the conversations mattered until much later. There are certain people who you will never ever win over, but be very deliberate not to damage things or escalate unless the situation really matters. If you save money today, money will save you tomorrow. Girls need to engage in high impact exercise, track, soccer, etc. When they're in their pre-early teens for bone health. A few years of regular high impact exercise during ages 10-14 will prevent onset of osteoporosis for decades. Starting later won't have the same effect. So please don't put it off. Plus, it is important to build the exercise habit early because it's much harder to add habits later in life. I focused on academics in my youth and I really regret not spending more time on exercise. And now it's too late for many of the benefits. Eventually you become irrelevant. Try to not give a FCK about people's opinions. But give a FCK about the important stuff of life instead. Be very careful with competitive sport and injuries. I ran across an ex last week. We were together 2012-13 and had a friendly chat. I knew she'd been a teen athlete 2001 and was in contention to make the 2004 Olympics. Although she didn't. In 2012 she was starting to pay a price, 29 years old and early onset of arthritis. But holy FCK. At 37 she was paying a horrific price for all the years of run. Stop. Run. Stop. She can no longer stand for more than 20 minutes or so. Lots of people in my family were over-exercisers and athletes. This did not increase quality of life from what I can tell. Chronic exhaustion, joint issues and other injuries in old age. No increase longevity or mental acuity. Obviously exercise is important. But the healthiest people I've known do low impact light exercise and no contact sports. No person is important enough to keep in your life if they take away from the morals you live by. Family included. Cut them out of your life and move on to a better place. Not old. But have been told to look after my beautiful teeth and maintain good dental hygiene. This, too, shall pass. It always does. Brush your fine teeth. It's never too late. Loud music really will damage your hearing. You don't need alcohol to have a wild night. I say this as too many friends with the party animals are 50 years old alcoholics struggling to keep jobs or relationships. Don't use a credit card as extra income. Don't stop exercising. Was just talking about this. If you are young and obese, you may feel assured that the doctor tells you you're in good health. But it doesn't take long for that to deteriorate. As you age, fat will start to grow around your organs. And things like hypertension and diabetes can start to rear their ugly head. Not to mention what carrying 100 or so extra pounds for years on end can do to your joints. And I'm not talking in 30+ years. This all can happen in less than a decade. It's also shocking the list of conditions you can experience. A lot of different cancers. Dropping the weight now will be easier at a younger age and will lead way for a healthier life. 1. The best advice will never sound profound. 2. If I say, eat your veggies, you'll think, I know that. You don't. To know something is to deeply internalize it and do it automatically. Like driving safely. You'll need to truly know this. 3. Life is basically a series of choices. Usually the harder and the easier choice. Your only chance of coming out ahead is to reflexively choose the harder option. That's it. I hope one of you can take something from this. Almost everything about how we live our lives is shit we came up with to try to cope with living in this universe that doesn't care if we live or die. The good thing about that is that it means that if we learn something new about how the universe actually works, through like scientific study and shit like that, we can incorporate that knowledge to change how we do things in a better way. So if someone tells you that it's just the way it is, that's bullshit. It's only that way cause we made it that way. And we can just as easily change that if we want to. This applies to almost everything out there. Challenge that shit. Ask them why. Better yet, if you've got an idea about something and people don't think it's good, ask why not. How fast it all goes by. Boom, you are 50. Don't wait to do stuff. Do it as you want to. Relationship is more important than being right. Do not start smoking ever. You can't save everyone. If someone doesn't want to help themselves, you can't help them. Let go and move on. Don't spend all your time on chasing or guess MS. There is plenty of time for that and foregoing what's really important in life. Chasing them ruins lives and dreams. Be nice to your knees. Don't try to be the best, but always do your best and yearn to always do better. Greet every day as if it is your last. Never create expectations. Disappointment is born from expectations that weren't met. The absolute truth: life goes on. Get busy living or get busy dying. Gonna sound cliche registered sign D, but it is true. Death is the destination. Life is the journey. If you're busy fearing death or overly thinking about it, you won't truly live. You really don't know until you try. Take a chance. No expectations. Got a crush on someone? You'll never know what could happen until you ask them out. Stop and smell the roses. Life is a journey filled with hardship, but also joy. Whenever you can, take the time to appreciate what you have. Enjoy when you can. Endure when you must. See above. P.S. I'm not old yet, so sorry if I don't follow the rule that most people can't even afford to die these days. Though I do suppose it isn't their problem at that point. Alcohol is not a performance enhancing drug. It will never do you any favors. Stay away from it. Never trust a fart. Life is like a fart. If you're trying too hard, it's probably crap. Don't get married, have kids, or go into debt of any kind before you're 30. Waste your 20s well. Political affiliations are not personalities. Babies don't come with instructions stamped on their bottoms. Most parents give the best they have available to their kids. Time, energy, money. Don't be too hard on mom and dad, they're never going to be perfect and neither will you. And if you feel screwed up because of them, remember everyone gets a little screwed up by their parents in some way or another. It's just the consequences of being born. For both the child and the parent. Mom and dad don't do it to you on purpose. At least, most don't. It's already too late. What you think is love will destroy you. Calm down. And wait for your partner in life.